My name is Mike Snell.
Hey, that's Snell.
Oh, what up? Vlog. So for part 2 of this vlog, I wanted to do a beat breakdown of the song that I just came out called CeeLo by Josh Levi. So the song was produced by me and my boy Jayhawk. Dope ass instrumentalist and producer. He's toured with like hella people and he's lit. And co-wrote the song with our boys Nate and Jackson, and of course Josh. So just like a little bit about the song. So basically, like the way we started the whole thing was Josh was like, "Yo, I want something like like those old Rihanna songs," And he pulled up a couple of references. We listened to them, and then one thing we realized is like they had like a the chord progressions and the just the sound of the guitar. So Jayhawk started messing around with the pedals, and he found this guitar right here, the sound, and then he played this. So we basically started the whole thing like with that. And as he had the guitar, the way we write in LA, and I feel like there's a real LA style. I feel like there's like, in my opinion, there's like 3 recording styles, and this is just the way that I decided to like name them, just because of the places I've been. But number 1, you have New York style. So people in New York, they write at home. They come to the studio with everything written, and then they just pull up and then they try to record it. And for some reason, people on the East Coast, I don't know if it's an ego thing or what it is, but they try to get it in one take. And if they don't get it in one take, they want to start all over again. That's a whole other different story. Then there's the Atlanta style, right? So Atlanta style, you got people like Young Thug, Future, they do this. They kind of just go in the booth and just like freestyle. They think of one line, they say the one line, and then they punch in, and then to the next line, then they punch in the next line, they punch in the next line. So they kind of think with the beat and then go on. So now the LA style, which is what we did for this song, is like we kind of just like freestyle melodies. We don't really say words. We just kind of like say a bunch of mumbo jumbo, and then at the end we pick our favorite melodies and we put them together, and then we write the song. So Hawk had this guitar playing, and then I passed the mic around and we all just kind of just started like, freestyling. So I could show you guys some of the stuff that like didn't make the cut that we had. So you got stuff like this. So you guys get the idea. We did like a couple of those. Yeah, so while everyone was writing and vibing out, what I did was I took one of those mumbo jumbos, or doodles as I like to call them, and I chopped it up and threw some effects on it. So I'll play that. And then, so Josh came up with this melody right here. You came home smelling different. Until we start So then I started adding some drums. So you you guys can notice these little yeah. I think that's from one of Nate's freestyles. So you guys can see here, I had the the auto tune, reverb, pan man, just panning it, little pumper. So you can hear the little that yeah. As soon as I heard that, I was like, yo, that's just crazy. So I ended up putting it like all throughout the whole beat. Simple drums. One thing about those songs back in the day is like the drums are super simple. Like they didn't have nothing that much going on. Like, it was really just super simple. Just all in the details. Those little yeah. That was another doodle right there. So then you got the 808s. Another thing about those old school songs is like, nowadays everyone uses just hi-hats, straight hi-hats. But, back in the day, they used to have like those percussions, you know what I mean? Like different types of percussion. So my boy Strain, shout out Strain Beats, sent me this perk loop pack. So I threw one of the little perks in there. Gives it a bounce, you know what I'm saying? Got another guitar. Just listen to how it sounds, just that guitar like with the vocals. We got another little guitar right here. So now everyone's favorite part of the beat is like when it's switched up. So I think a big influence on that was like Drake's album. He's got a couple songs that just like literally the whole beat just changes. Also like Brent Faiyaz, he has a lot of songs where he has a lot of songs where like that song All Mine, it changes 3 times. He has songs where the beginning is completely different. It's like low pitched, you know what I mean? So for that's kind of where we drew inspiration from. And actually, I think it was his hairdresser, if I'm not mistaken, that was like, yo, told him while he was getting braided or something that we should switch the beat. So shout out to her. Like she should have got some credit. Like the song was already done. And honestly, like I loved it how it was. And then Josh was like, nah, bro, you gotta come in. We can take it to another level. So I never backed down from a challenge. So, and by the way, if you guys don't understand why the song is called CeeLo, is because who else has a famous song named Fuck You? CeeLo. We just spelled it a little differently because, legal purposes. Because that's not why the hook goes like that. Literally, like we had when we had our doodles, a lot of times in sessions, like if you know me in real life, like I'm a funny person. Like I make a lot of jokes. And I was like, yo, wouldn't it be crazy if we just said, fuck you? And then everyone started laughing. And I forget who it was. I think one of the boys, Nate or Jackson, was like, yo, that's a good hook. And then I started thinking about it. And I was just, anytime I'm in the studio, I always like to envision a crowd. So I could just imagine a whole crowd saying, fuck you. Like, I was like, yo, that needs to be the hook. And I literally fought Josh on it, because he didn't want that to be the hook at first. And I'm like, bro, I will walk out of I have the footage. I'll put it right. I'll put the footage. Oh, I don't know if I have the footage of me saying that. But Yeah, I was like, bro, I'll walk out of the studio right now if you do not use that as the hook, because that is gold. And it's crazy because we did the whole session in his house. Like, you know, people think you need a studio. Like, you don't really need a studio. Like, studios is good to like switch up your environment and stuff like that. But, bro, if you have a mic at home, like, you can just record at home as long as you have like at least a shield or like, you know, a reflection filter or even one of those little foam things. Can't remember what it's called right now. But you're good. Like I forget what mic he has, but it's not even a super expensive mic. It's about a $600 mic, you know. But I've mixed songs like on $100 mics, $200 mics that came out fire. Like it's not the gear, it's the ear. That's what I always say. Meaning it's not what you use, it's about how you use it and who's using it, you know? Because like I've heard mixes that came from $1 million studios that sound like shit. So it's not about what you have, it's about how you use it. So yeah, we just pretty much just slowed everything down. Um, that's really it, honestly. Just took everything, pitched it down, slowed it down, and that rest is history. And that's how I made the beat. To CeeLo by Josh Levi. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, bell for notifications. You already know.